Hello students, in this video we are going to study about Rutherford's model of an atom, and the basis of this model given by Rutherford is alpha scattering experiment. So the basis of this model is alpha scattering experiment. Rutherford used the results obtained by this experiment to give this atomic model, and it has the following postulates. So the Rutherford proposed a model which has the following postulates that we are going to discuss now. The very first postulate for that is an atom consists of a small and massive core at the center, and that core has the entire positive charge and almost the whole mass of the atom concentrated in it, and this core is called nucleus. So the first postulate that is given by Rutherford in his model is about the nucleus, in which he suggests that an atom consists of a small and massive core at the center, which is positively charged and has almost the whole weight or whole mass, almost the whole mass of that atom, and he called it as nucleus. It is known as nucleus. This is the first postulate of Rutherford's atomic model. After that, the second thing he gave is the size of this nucleus, which is approximately 10 to the power minus 15 meter, as was done in alpha scattering experiment, is very small in compared to the size of the whole atom. So according to his model, size of nucleus, which is approximately 10 to the power minus 15 meter, of the order of 10 to the power minus 15 meter, is very small as compared to the size of atom, which is of the order of 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Means this is of Fermi order and this is of angstrom order. That is the difference between the two sizes. The next thing he suggests is the nucleus is surrounded by a suitable number of electrons, so that the total negative charge should be equal to the total positive charge on the nucleus, and atom become electrically neutral as a whole. So this is the third postulate. He suggested that nucleus is surrounded by suitable number of electrons such that the total negative charge is equal to the total positive charge on nucleus, and hence the atom as a whole become electrically neutral, because we get atom in neutral state. This is the third postulate of Rutherford model. And after that, the fourth one is the electron that revolves around the nucleus in different orbits, just as planets are revolving around the sun, and the centripetal force required for their revolution or for the circular motion is provided by the electrostatic attraction between electron and nucleus, because electrons are negatively charged and nucleus are positively charged. So in the last postulate, he suggested that electrons revolve around the nucleus in various orbits and the required centripetal force is provided by the electrostatic attraction between these electrons, negatively charged electrons, and positively charged nucleus. So these are the postulates given by Rutherford to explain his atomic model. But still there are certain limitations to this model, there are certain drawbacks. Because of that, this model is again discarded after Thomson's model. So the main problem was this model can't explain the stability of the atom. According to this model, according to electromagnetic theory, whenever we have an accelerated charged particle, it radiates energy. An electron which is revolving around the nucleus in circular motion has acceleration. That means it should radiate energy, and if it radiate energy, then it continuously lose energy and move in orbits of continuously decreasing radii. And if it is happening, then at the end it will follow a spiral path, and at the end it will collapse into the nucleus and just destroy. So if this is true, then according to Rutherford model, the atom is unstable, but this is contradictory. So Rutherford model cannot explain the stability of atom, as well as according to Rutherford model, electron can possess all the possible orbits. That means the energy spectrum that we get, it should be continuous, although we get discrete energy spectrum practically. So this is also a contradiction. So there are two main limitations to this Rutherford model. First is, this can't explain stability of atom. Stability of an atom was not explained by this model. The reason is, according to this model, if this is positively charged nucleus and electron is starting revolving from here, then when it goes around this, it will be accelerated and it will radiate some energy, and if it loses energy, the size of the orbit will reduce. It means it starts moving in the orbit of lesser radii, and at the end, after covering this spiral path, at the end it will come and collapse to the nucleus only. If it is so, the atom should not be stable, but atom is a stable structure. So stability of atom cannot be explained by this process. That's why this is the first limitation to the Rutherford's model. The second thing is, it can't explain discrete energy spectrum or line spectrum. In practicals, we get line spectrum, but according to Rutherford model, if electron is revolving in all the possible energy levels, means in all the orbits, then we should have a continuous spectrum in practicals. But it is not happening like that. We are getting line spectrum. That means electron can only possess selective orbits, or it can only emit certain selective amount of energies, certain particular photons of fixed frequencies it can emit, that we are getting in the spectrum. So the discrete or the line spectrum cannot be explained by Rutherford's model of an atom. That's why this model was again discarded, because of these two drawbacks, which was later on corrected in Bohr's model of atom. So the next thing that we are going to study is Bohr's model of an atom, in which he sorted out both these limitations. Okay, so that's all for the video. Let's move to the next.